Okay guys, we got a 99 Acura here. We're going to, it's 3.0. We got a P0401 EGR valve, efficient flow. I know the EGR valve is good, so if you've replaced yours, or even if you haven't, you may want to check this before you replace it. If you have replaced it and you're still getting that code, I'm going to show you why. So we're going to pull the plenum off. So I've already loosened up a couple things here, these two covers here. So now I'm going to go ahead and pull the rest of the cover off, and then I'll show you where the bolts are down inside the plenum. There's I think 6 or 7 bolts and 3 nuts that will pull off, all 10 millimeter. So let's get these plug wires up out of the way. Mark them if you don't know exactly where they go. In my case, I'm just going to set them aside, probably keep them on the plastic themselves here so I know 1, 2, and 3. Plus, making the video, you can see the route of them. But either way, if you're not sure, mark them if you'd like. And so let's get that off. Okay, you got those two 10 millimeters there. After you get the plastic off, the plastic just snaps off. Take off the center piece first, then the outside piece. Those two bolts, pull those off. And now we can get down here in the bolts and nuts here. You can see there's 2 nuts down on this side, 1 nut on this side, and looks like only 5 bolts down in the center. So, all right, let's go ahead and pull those off. Okay, so I lied to you. There's actually 6 bolts down through there, the 2 nuts and the 3rd nut there. All those were 12 millimeters, so now you can see she just lifts right up. So now what I want to do is get something set up underneath there to hold it up in the air. We could take off everything else, but for what we're doing, I don't think that we'll need to. So let's go ahead and just get it up in the air. So I just propped it up on that paint can so far. Right now I'm into this job about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. And now you can already see the issue. This is your EGR valve port right there. You see all that gunk in there? And I don't want it to fall into the intake here, so I'm going to cover this up with a rag. But we need to clean that port right there. Again, here's the plenum, and I'm just going to go right up underneath right here. And that port right there is the problem. So here's the 2 nuts that were there on the end, the far right side, and that's the port. We need to clean the crap out of this. So let me get a little bit of a couple of small tools to clean that up. And remember, plug your intake. Okay, so I got my rag there. Now, if you look right there again at that port, this is an actual port. It's a hole, as these are holes in the intake. But I can't even get this tool to go down through there. That's how plugged it is. You see all that? That right there is going to throw an EGR code. That'll throw a P0401 code. And a lot of times you think that it's the EGR itself, but I'd say 9 times out of 10 it's not. It's this port right here. It's completely plugged. So let me get that really cleaned up. I got a little wire brush I'm going to use too, and then we'll actually use some carb cleaner too and clean it out really good. Okay, so now I got this little wire brush here. I'm going to take some carbon choke cleaner here, and I'm going to soak it up real good on the brush. Should put that in a bowl, but it's just so that you get an idea. And now that I picked a lot out of there, remember before I couldn't even get nothing in there. Now I'm able to get this in there. And let me clean it really good. Go as deep as you can. Look at all this that's coming out of there. This was completely plugged up. Use a carb cleaner, an actual carburetor cleaner or intake cleaner when you do this. Can you see all that? This one's probably one of the worst ones I've seen. But use a cleaner. Don't use brake clean or something like that. Use an actual intake cleaner or a choke cleaner or carb cleaner. Alright, let me clean the crap out of this thing. Okay, so now I want to show you. You can kind of see the angle. Remember, I'm upside down. See the angle that that's on? So if yours is completely plugged up, going up straight up and down is not going to help you. You need to go on that angle right there because that's the angle of the port. But it was completely plugged, blocked off. Let me show you now. See how long that screwdriver is? It goes all the way in there, no problem. This car is going to breathe good. We're not going to have that rough idle no more. We're not going to have stall or hesitation on acceleration, because now the air mixture and the fuel mixture is going to be the same. And we probably didn't have to have them change that EGR valve either, but nevertheless, it's done now. So let's take another quick peek at our debris here that we took out, including the other rag. It was just plugged completely. So that's it. So now let's put it back together. In most cases, you can reuse this plenum gasket, but it's a very inexpensive gasket. So I would recommend that you go ahead and get one. I did. They're only about $30 for the whole kit. I don't know if I have a partner. I thought it was an MS number. Yeah, MS 96167 if you need that for this particular vehicle. A lot of different vehicles, of course, will have the different part numbers, but the process is the same. So let's go ahead and get that old gasket out of there, put our new one down. This kit should come with a new EGR gasket too. I don't know if they replaced it, but we'll replace it while we're in there. And let's get this button back up. So throw that cover back on with our 210 millimeters. Now, as far as the wires go, if you didn't mark them, the longest one's going to go to your left, but the cylinders are 4, 5, and 6. So if you did mess that up, it's 4, 5, and 6. So just go ahead and pop those back in place. If you don't know where 4, 5, and 6 is, you can follow them from the distributor or get the firing order and follow them from the distributor, but that's what it is. From left to right, passenger side to driver's side, 4, 5, and 6. So let's get those put on, put our plastic back on. Okay, use the OBD reader and clear the code, and that's it. She's gone. So I hope this video helps you out. Please click like, please click subscribe. Click on my name underneath this video for all my other how-to videos. And as always, guys, enjoy.